Well, back in Bangkok, the very first order of business would be a fresh haircut at Esquire Barbers in One Bangkok. There are plenty of great barbers in this city, but for now, this spot tops my list.
โอ้โหสุดยอด So ladies and gentlemen, first day in Bangkok and I just had my haircut and I'm really happy with the results, though I wish I had more hair, but I gotta do what I gotta do. It's really warm here in Bangkok, 34 plus today, and it's really nice when comparing it to 11 degrees and rain in Norway.
I had just been speaking about the rain back in Norway, and as if in gentle reprimand, the skies over Bangkok darkened, ready to release a heavy downpour. Perhaps it wasn't punishment at all, just the monsoon season announcing itself once again. I remember living in this very part of Bangkok for nearly 2 decades, and I used to welcome rainy days. The air always felt cleaner, fresher, as if the whole city had taken a deep breath. These days, the city feels different. The covered skywalks, which were so few in my time, if any at all, now weave above the streets, shielding people from the very rains I once stood out in to feel the cool breeze. Sometimes it feels as though my years in Bangkok belong to a book or a film about someone else's life. It was such a remarkable chapter, yet it now seems impossibly distant. I often marvel at how much the world has changed since then. When I left Bangkok for Norway, the first iPhone hadn't even been invented yet. That thought alone is, well, mind-boggling. It's moments like that which reminds me how swiftly life moves, carrying us forward almost without our noticing.
ที่จ้างน้องครับเพราะว่าน้องเขาขยันแล้วก็ช่วยแม่เขาช่วยพี่ช่วยน้องเขาก็เลยจ้างน้องเขามาครับ
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sawadee krap. It's been an amazing day here in Bangkok, Thailand. It's been really warm, but I've been doing some shopping. I got my hair cut and I met an old friend that works in an office for a quick coffee during one of his breaks. He lives out of the town, so he has a long way travel to and from work. So as soon as work is over, he needs to go home to his family in one of the suburban towns of Bangkok. Anyway, it's been amazing to be back in Bangkok. I met up with a couple of friends already, so I'm really happy to catch up on the latest gossip and so on. And I'm now back in the hotel taking a rest because being in Bangkok means a lot of walking and it's really hot. Anyway, one of the greatest things that I bought today is a Gadget, a new camera. I sold my old Insta360 1-inch camera a while back. I really miss the Insta camera, so when Insta360 came out with the new X5, I knew I had to get it. Today I managed to grab one of them. They are not easily available in Bangkok, but I managed to grab myself one. And so this will be a little bit unboxing. I got a gold micro SIM card, and this is the camera. Isn't that what they do? Anyway, this is Insta360 X5. It's a brand new Insta360 camera. Ooh. Hope the camera doesn't fall out. This is the camera. The camera is here. Brand new, never been used, and brand new model. So I'm going to go out and use that while I'm here in Bangkok. I'm sorry, but I haven't filmed a lot today because I just didn't feel like filming. So all I have to say for now, I'm going to continue unpacking the camera and I'm going to take a little rest, and then I'm heading out the door to some bar to get a beer, even though I should be only drinking water. But you know, I'm on holiday. See you next time. Bye.
On this particular visit back home to Bangkok, much of my time was devoted to catching up with friends and old acquaintances scattered across the city, as well as wandering through my old grounds and familiar hangouts. I also found myself drawn to observing the city's evolving architecture, noticing the subtle and sometimes striking changes that had taken place over the years. And of course, I indulged in one of my longtime Bangkok pastimes, exploring the newest malls. If there's one thing they've truly mastered here, it's building malls, hotels, and condominiums, each one designed not just as a place to shop and stay, but as a destination in its own right. During my exploration, I came across the Wireless House at One Bangkok, a beautifully rebuilt and preserved conservation project dedicated to the old Saladeng radio telegraph station, Thailand's very first telegraph station, and the namesake of Wireless Road or Thanon Vitayu. Stepping inside felt like touching a small but significant piece of the city's history, and the best part, entrance was free. No visit to Bangkok ever feels complete without a quiet stroll through Lumpini Park, the city's green heart, where the pace softens and the skyline feels just a little further away. No visit to Bangkok would be complete without a stop at MBK Center, a true city classic that somehow manages to keep its lively, bustling charm. This former bus, now transformed into a cafe bar temporarily parked at Siam Discovery, is a perfect example of Bangkok's boundless creativity and flair for reinvention. I remember the time before Siam Paragon even existed, the excitement as it was being built, and the day it finally opened, hailed as the city's most exclusive shopping destination. I spent countless hours here. My gym was inside the mall, and I'll never forget the personal trainers at California Fitness, who were such a big part of my routine back then. I also remember the old World Trade Center in the latter half of the 90s, a vast, almost deserted mall with dimly lit back corridors that felt a little eerie. Today, of course, is an entirely different story, reborn as the vibrant and bustling Central World. Throughout Bangkok, the rejuvenation feels endless. The city seems to modernize at a pace far beyond anything I've seen in Norway, especially when I think of my own little village back home, at least in comparison to a giant like Bangkok. I know, it's a small joke, but there's some truth in it. Even the skywalks here are beautiful. I can't help but imagine how life in Trondheim would change if we had skywalks of our own. Our winter walks would be blissfully free of snow and ice during those long, dark, and cold months. Oi! Look at these malls. In Norway, we visit malls simply to buy what we need, maybe grab a quick cup of coffee, and then move on. But here in Bangkok, the malls are destinations in their own rights, vibrant and alive from the moment they open until the doors close at night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just spent 90 minutes at Morning Kiss Spa at Central World, fifth floor. And basically, what I did was the best and most relaxing 90 minutes of my entire life. It was so worth it. For 3,200 baht, I got the hair treatment, the hair spa, and a face treatment. And I feel really fresh after these 90 minutes, totally refreshed. And I was so hungry. I just had to go to Aunt Anne to have myself sour cream pretzel. I really recommend trying out Morning Kiss at Central World. Absolutely amazing. Best 90 minutes. Best, most relaxing 90 minutes of my entire life. Wow. Another day, another chance. I haven't filmed a lot this vacation. I just haven't felt it, but hopefully I'll do a little bit better. Right now it's morning and I'm heading out, but before I'm eating my breakfast here at the hotel, and my breakfast today is onigiri, like a wrapping project. I'm now expert in this one, so I'll see how it goes. I'm not doing this right, but nobody's watching. Oh, there is someone watching. So, entertainment for some. So basically, it's seaweed wrapped shrimp cake. Delicious. All right, I see you on the outside.
I ended up spending the last days of this trip in my hotel room, thanks to another run-in with the Asian tiger mosquito, the very one that can carry dengue. I've had 2 encounters with it before, and the second nearly ended my time here on Earth. If you'd like to hear that story, it would make for a great video of its own. Let me know in the comments if I should share the tale of my brush with dengue that spiraled into septic shock. And then, as always, the final hours in Thailand slipped away. I felt the familiar sadness settle in, one I've known each time I leave, but I reminded myself that I'd be back again soon. Every departure from Thailand stirs up a vivid memory from the past, the heartache of leaving for 3 or 4 months at a time to work on a cruise ship. Those airport goodbyes were some of the hardest moments that I've ever faced. Colleagues used to say the farewells would get easier with time, but for me, they only grew harder, so much so that eventually I couldn't bear them anymore and chose to step away from cruise ship life. It was one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make because I truly loved doing the world cruises. But then again, if I hadn't made that choice, I would never have had the incredible experience of working in Thailand. Perhaps that's the story best saved for another time, maybe even another video. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Cabin crew, take your seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you on the board of our aircraft. We will travel anyway, so normally around.
ขอบคุณที่รับชมสวัสดีครับ